Welcome in this week in Missouri Politics Midweek Update. How about a little new flavor to start the show? Can you hit it, Kelton? Let that breathe just for a second there. If you don't like Skinner, you ain't going to like the rest of this show. Log off now, right? Kelton, scale of 1 to 10. Is Skinner a 10 or a 15? How about the technology guy? I caught him. I finally caught him. I caught him off guard. He wasn't expecting me to do a pass to him. Got him. Totally got you. You should see Kelton right now scrambling. I wish we had the Kelton cam on. He's plugging in cords. He's unplugging cables. All right, let's talk what we're going to talk about on the show here. Number one, at the end of this, you'll notice there's no Stein of knowledge out here because at the end of this, I'm going to unveil the greatest Stein I've ever had given to me. It is so beautiful. You're going to love it. But first, and obviously we're going to do Kelton's illegal sports book. Kelton's rebranding it to his totally legal sports book. I think he's been talking to Cardetti. He's been giving me pointers. But two things. Last time I came to you, we had a representative in here. We were talking about the fallout of the unveiling of our DEI investigation. Kelton and Turner, or it should be Turner and Hooch, but it'll be Turner and Faughn, the state's foremost DEI detectives, unveiled a huge scandal at the Department of Insurance. And so here's the thing. There was a person on the show this week brought up, there was a lot of push on DEI, then it kind of dissipated. But I can tell you why it dissipated. One of the reasons was, the University of Missouri came out and said, Truman's not doing this anymore. We're firing the guy over it and all that. Then they told everyone there is no DEI in state government, and I don't think anybody lied. I think they meant that. I don't think it's a conspiracy. Now the fact it is taking a long time to clean the place up is going to start to raise eyebrows about what was said and when and how. So I do think the longer this takes to clean up, the more questions get asked, and the more people start asking, did you lie during session? But I personally don't think anybody lied. I just think this director of insurance just doesn't give a damn what the governor says, lieutenant governor, attorney general, legislature for sure. They wrote it down. The legislature does not have any ability to tell them to do anything. But again, so we were told there was no DEI. Well, I think, Kelton, last week, we proved that there's not only DEI, Kelton, there's award-winning DEI. Am I right?
It's absolutely shocking.
Not just DEI. No, don't. Missouri's Department of Insurance does not just do DEI. They do award-winning DEI. No shit. Right there on the website, just in total hiding in plain sight. And so obviously, were there people that dropped the ball? Yes, there were. There was a ball dropped here. But I'll tell you who deserves every bit as much blame as anybody else. It's me. And I'm going to blame Kelton for that. We could have found this. If we'd have been doing our jobs, Kelton, if the media would have been doing their jobs, this scandal would have broke when she got the award, right? Or when she put it on the website. Because I think it was some kind of Bermuda thing where they forced rural insurers, this kind of Bermuda Triangle scams, and they gave her an award, which is kind of how, that's the undiscussed lobbying part that we're probably going to, if this scandal goes long enough, we will get into that. So anyhow, we should have found it. The legislators should have found it. The people of Missouri, all 6 million of us, should have found this. So if you're wanting blame, start with me, and I'm going to actually tell you to start with Kelton. I personally blame Kelton and Flat Doug. I think both of you really should offer the people of Missouri an apology for not finding this and exposing this sooner. Kelton, you have anything you want to say?
I thought I did a good job.
Well, clearly not. I mean, I think we have plenty of exhibits showing that you, in fact, did not do a good job. And Doug, he's not even going to apologize. That's the thing about Doug. He's stone cold. He don't care. He stood me up for lunch. Not Flat Doug. Flat Doug never stands you up. He stood me up for dinner last night.
That's very uncharacteristic of him.
I know. I'll tell you a Doug Beck story. We were having lunch one day at Grand, and I'm eating the Faughn, which is a terrific. If you have the means, I highly recommend at the Grand Cafe ordering the Faughn. It is a beautiful bed of French fries with some steak on top and some cheese sauce. Beautiful. Just could not be better. So I'm eating the Faughn one day, and Doug, who's always perfectly dressed and in shape and all that, he's kind of one of those guys that it's almost annoying. So Doug orders the tuna, and he says, I was like, oh, tuna. I'm not expecting this big labor dude to be eating tuna, right? I mean, at the counter at Grand. But Doug's this big, tough guy. He's eating this tuna, and I'm making fun of him. And he finally just pesters me until I have a bite. Kelton, that tuna is phenomenal. I've had it 50 times since at Grand. That tuna is good. Like, legit. I know what you're thinking. I'm just saying that. I am not just saying that. That tuna is legit good. You ever had that at Grand?
I have not had the Grand Cafe tuna.
Well, first order the Faughn. And then if after you've had that a few times, throw a tuna in to spice it up. But I owe that to Doug. Who would think Doug Beck would be your resident Central Missouri tuna cuisine expert? But Kelton, back to the scandal. So, just like during session, whenever Turner and Faughn, DEI detectives, unveiled the exhibits and the proof of exactly that is not only DEI, there's award-winning DEI. We were told, oh, no. I was told by an administration official, it's not what you think. There's no DEI. None at all. We were just simply, she was introducing a one-legged gal at this conference, right, Kelton? I mean, and that's, you go to the conference, you introduce a one-legged gal. She's not actively working on DEI initiatives. That's not happening, right? That's what I was told, Kelton. Well, I'm sorry, and I hate to do this because I dearly love the folks of the administration, especially this one person that told me that. But I have to say, be prepared now because I'm going to press the bullshit button.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
DEFCON 5. Bullshit detected. So, Kelton, guess what I have in my hands here?
What do you have?
Right here in my hands. You know, Rush Limbaugh used to do that. He was on the radio. He'd work his paper. I have testimony of Director Clora Lindley Myers, Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance, before Representative Maxine Waters, Committee on Diversity and Inclusion on the U.S. House of Representatives. Now, how funny is this? And thank you. You can send your text to me, 573-429-5770. Testimony, sworn testimony before the United States Congress. Maxine Waters, extremely liberal Democrat, left-wing socialist Marxist Democrat, put together this committee. And guess who caught the bad luck? She must have lost a bet. But luckily for Missourians, and luckily for me and Kelton, actually, guess who the ranking member of said committee was? Take a wild guess, Kelton.
I'm going to guess Congresswoman Ann Wagner.
It was Congresswoman Ann Wagner, someone I know a little bit. And so she was going to come on and talk about this. I think she will next week. She lost a very dear staff member, J.C. Winship, who was just a terrific person. Someone I said won the week this week. Their whole operation is going to deal with the reverberation of losing her. She was a terrific help to those folks. And so the Congresswoman will come on, I think she said next week, but she's going to come on this week, we couldn't. So I thought what I'd do, Kelton, is, because I was told, there's no DEI. No. She was just introducing a one-legged gal this one time, right? That's what I was told, right? That's what I told you, Kelton, because I reported back to my fellow, I guess we're partners on the squad here.
Do we have equal shares?
I mean, I think we should, right? I mean,
Both the names are
Kelton,
on the business.
as you know, without you, I'm talking to Flat Doug alone in here, and no one's going to hear it. So, yeah, I kind of think we're equal partners in our detective agency, right?
Absolutely, I think so.
Yeah. So, if you find DEI, who are you going to call? Turner and Faughn, right? So, okay. So, I am now, again, I'll just say it. I was told that I read and gave you proof of not just DEI, award-winning DEI in the Department of Insurance. I was reliably informed that, no DEI, no. She was just introducing this one-legged gal. She's having a hard time getting on the stage, whatever it was. So I was like, well, I thought that was bullshit. But then Congresswoman Wagner sent in her own committee, ranking member of the committee. So I'll just, Kel, do you mind, would you play the role of Maxine Waters? Let's not go blackface, that's a little much, but you don't have to do cross-dressing, but why don't you play the role of Maxine Waters?
All right, I'm in.
I will play the role of Clora Lindley Myers, the director of the Missouri. Do you know she's speaking on behalf of you? She's speaking on behalf of Nick Shore. She's speaking on behalf of Mike Parson. She's speaking on behalf of Gussie. She's speaking on behalf of Judge Curls over there in Bates County. So, Chairwoman Waters and Ranking Member Wagner. How shocked do you think Ann Wagner was that she's working, her kids are working, Raymond's working all day to pay taxes, to pay her to go to Washington to talk about all her Can you imagine the shock of Ann Wagner's face when she said she was from Missouri and she was there to support DEI? She had to be wondering, what is Mike Parson doing? Well, I don't think Mike Parson knew. I mean, dude, can you imagine, Kelton, just work with me for a second. Flat Doug, you be Mike Parson for a second, and I'm going to be Clora Myers. Governor, I have this great opportunity to go testify in front of these socialists in Congress about all the great things I'm doing on DEI. It's just going to cost me a little money, or I'm going to get one of these trade groups to grease my palm and pay for it. It's cool, right? Do you think he would have said yes? No, he would have been more pissed than Flat Doug is right now. So I don't think these bureaucrats are so entitled. You're just a peasant who should pay your taxes and shut the hell up. And your elected representatives can sure piss off. So, Kelton, you're going to be Maxine Waters, right? Are you going to welcome me to the committee, or what the hell?
Welcome to the committee.
Well, thank you very much, Socialist Maxine Waters. I'm so glad to come before this Marxist committee and talk about ways we can make Missouri more like San Francisco. No, that's not what she said. What she did say is, my name is Clora Lindley Myers. I serve as the director of the Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance. Can you imagine the shock on Ann Wagner's face as she began to testify? She says that the people of Missouri, represented by her, appreciate the subcommittee's attention to this important topic and look forward to sharing the ongoing efforts of state regulators with regard to race and insurance. It says some more. The regulators are committed to working on financial inclusivity and representation in our sector. It's the damnedest thing, Kelton. I've never heard Mike Parson say anything close to that. Have you?
Not on the record, no.
Have you heard any of the Republican leadership say that?
No.
Have you heard Josh Hawley say that?
No.
Eric Schmidt?
No.
Ann Wagner? Jason Smith? I mean,
No.
the janitor? Did Charlie the doorman in the Missouri House say that?
I don't think so.
Who signed off on this? This is the damnedest thing. So in 2020, in wake of a national call to action on race and inequality issues. Now, there was an election in Missouri in 2020, wasn't there, Kelton?
Last time I checked, yes.
Best I can tell. Oh, wait a minute. I see a bumper sticker. Mike Parson won said election, didn't he?
I believe that's how it went.
And I don't remember him ever mentioning it. And I talk to Mike Parson frequently, and I cover a lot of what he does. I never heard him say he got elected in 2020 to answer this call. Did you?
No.
Do you think Mike Parson even knew the call came to his office?
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it, too. So she goes on here, on behalf of the people of Missouri. She is there on behalf of the people of the great state of Missouri. Really, she's there on behalf of herself. But, I mean, she's claiming that you pay for and support her to be there to tell the socialists she's with them. So she had some bullet points in her testimony, Kelton, so you know they're important if the bullet pointed. She is spending her time. She testified under oath to the United States Congress. Same people that McGuire testified in front of, and Sammy Sosa got in trouble for lying to, and Clemens, right? So I don't think she's lying. I don't think she's a dishonest person at all. I think she meant what she said. She said that our committee that she chairs, or is on this committee, so you get paid a lot of money to be director of insurance right now, right? Premiums are skyrocketing for rural Missourians. I just thought they didn't care. They weren't smart enough to run the place. No, they care about DEI. They don't give a damn about your premium going up. So they said they are going, this committee is researching the level of diversity and inclusion within the insurance sector. Now, Kelton, do you think there was ever a memo of Mike Parson telling her, what I want you to do this week, Clora, is I want you to go research DEI and go tell the Marxists what you're doing about it. Do you think that memo exists?
I highly doubt it.
Do you think there was a phone call where Mike Parson called up Clora Myers and said, hey, Director Myers, this is Mike Parson. I want you to focus, now that I've got reelected and I heard this call that I talked about during my campaign a lot, I want you to research the level of DEI in the sector and develop recommended steps for insurance regulators and company that reflect the broad consensus. Do you think he said that on the phone to her?
No.
Do you think she was at the governor's fall festival that year? Oh, it would require her being in Missouri, so she probably wasn't. But I was actually at the 2022 fall festival. Gussie dressed up like Mike Parson for the fall festival. Do you think he ran into her there and he says, Director, I'm so thrilled you are doing this DEI work. I want you to put together a committee on our taxpayer dime, or this flow-through group we're going to get into later. And I want you to fly to Washington, and I want you to tell the Congress what you're doing on behalf of Missouri for DEI. Kelton, do you think he said that to her at the fall festival?
No.
I don't either. I just don't either. So do you think, the only thing I could think of is this department that is so damn arrogant, so heavy-handed. I have had grown men call me from a couple places, thanking us for our work, giving me more tips about what's happening there, and saying they're afraid to speak out because anybody that speaks out against that department and John Rehagen has waves of retribution. These are grown men that have built business for 30 years. They are too afraid to call on Missouri's natural hero. If rural Missouri has a superhero, it's Mike Parson. They're too afraid to show the bat signal up because they're so afraid of what this department will do to them. It's all making sense now. Okay, this committee, right? That I don't know who in the hell asked her to do. Who in the hell in state government said, please do this? I want to know who the person is. Who is the person who said, I want you to do this today? Kelton, was it you?
It was not me.
Okay, good. I was worried for a second. I thought maybe it was you. Glad it wasn't you. So let me tell you more about what she testified before Congress she was working on. Diversity, equity, inclusion, it's DEI. Best practices within state insurance departments. Oh my God, I was told she was only there to help a one-legged lady on the stage introduce her. I actually thought that, God, Kelton, my white trash intuition is so strong. I knew it was bullshit, but I was like, well, I really like this guy, and I'm sure he was just doing what he was told. And they're in full cover-up mode over there. There's no doubt about it. After Tuesday and then Wednesday of the session, there's no question they're in cover-up mode. So, but here it is, right here, sworn testimony. Kelton, would you do me a favor? And would you post to our Twitter account the link I sent you of this sworn testimony?
I'll get right on it.
Now we go on to her testimony. You're doing a great job being Maxine Waters, by the way. Could you say something like socialisty, like the proletariat will not be denied?
The chains of the proletariat will break free.
Yeah, there you go. Good. That's good. That's kind of what you're kind of getting in the role now. I know you're more of a method actor, so I appreciate you taking a break and on the spot here. So, Workstream 1. Workstream, that's a very serious-sounding committee. So, over the past 2 years, she's been working hard. She's testified. This is what she's been working on. Representing a cross-section of people and diversity advocates. Kelton, just help. Is Cindy O'Loughlin a diversity advocate?
I don't believe so.
Is Mike Kehoe a diversity advocate? You know what I've never heard? Mike Parsons has been described many ways. Many ways by me, many ways by the Post-Dispatch, many ways by many Missourians. Do you know the one term I've never heard Mike Parson described as?
What is it?
A diversity advocate. So she's engaging diversity advocates. I don't know what street in Bolivar the diversity advocacy department is on, because I've been to Bolivar many times, and the Simone Bolivar statue is great. So this thing is going to. They want to understand the efficacy of diversity-related programs, how insurance companies measure their DEI progress, how insurance companies measure their DEI process. God, folks, some days, Kelton, some days it's tough. It's just tough to be so damn right so many times in a row. Donald Trump talked about being tired of winning, and damn it, I'm almost tired of winning. Did I not tell you, Kelton, this is what was happening?
You did tell me.
Did I not tell you? They were researching, and they were taking steps. They're creating a forum of regulators to share steps taken by supervisors in support of DEI. Did I not tell you this was happening?
You told me.
It's like Scooby-Doo. She confessed before Congress. She was more honest than Sammy Sosa. I'm in awe of how splendidly right I was about this. I mean, it is truly Flat Doug. I know Flat Doug is speechless right now about how right I was, because I told Flat Doug this was going to happen. So, Kelton, when I said this is what they're working on, they don't give a damn about rural Missouri premiums. This is what she testified before Congress. This is what she works on right here. It spent 2 damn years doing it. So, after she testified, she wants to know what state regulators can do to support these efforts. They want you to pay higher premiums to affect their left-wing globalist agenda. That's what's happening right now in this town, 2 blocks from me at the Department of Insurance. And nobody seems to give a damn. Well, that's not exactly true. The waters have been troubled, but it boggles the mind that someone would tell me, oh, she was just introducing this one-legged gal. Hell no. It's not just I'm saying you're wrong. It's her sworn testimony before Congress and Ann Wagner herself and Jesus. I don't know if they have a hand on the Bible if the Democrats are in charge, but I mean, damn. So, this is on the international front. So now we're taking this bullcrap to other countries. I'm sorry, Kelton, do you think there's a robust diversity program in China?
I highly doubt it.
You think Putin has one?
No.
Yeah, you think India gives a damn about all this stuff?
No.
No, none of them give a damn. This is just silly, liberal, Marxist bullshit. So on the international front now, Missourians there's a Missourian out today. It's 91 degrees. There's a man swinging a hammer somewhere in Bolivar, sweating, working, counting the minutes till he can go home in 3.5 hours. Do you think that man wants to work an extra second to pay her to go tell Chinese people a bunch of silly crap that no one cares about? Liberal Marxist silliness. It's probably too Marxist for the Chinese. Do you think that man, Kelton, is out there thinking, you know what, I'll work an extra half hour today so I can pay my state taxes, so I can pay for this liberal left-wing bullshit?
I highly doubt it.
I kind of do too. So anyhow, what she's sworn before Congress, she's been working on, to promote DEI and issues at the International Association of Insurance Supervisors. Why in the hell are we even, who gives a damn, right? Why are you there? You don't need to be in Tokyo. You need to be in Tarkio. You don't need to go to Tokyo again and talk about how the socialists you are. You need to get your ass to Tarkio and work on lowering insurance premiums. I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go to Kenya. You need to go Kirksville. Right, Kelton? Am I wrong?
I think you have a point.
You don't need to go Vienna, Austria. You need to get in a truck and drive about 30 minutes south here to Vienna, Missouri. And also she testified they're committed to deepening and strengthening its work on DI. I thought there was no work. I thought all she did was introduce a one-legged gal from the Twitter profile. But no, sworn testimony, deepening and strengthening its work on DEI by creating a forum for regulators to share steps taken by supervisors in support of DEI. Supervisors in support of DEI. I'll ask you this question, folks. How much longer do you want to work today to pay taxes, to fund someone, to go fund this left-wing bullshit? Seriously. I'll end with this. They come up with this is so great. This is the most liberal thing. They come up with an algorithmic, is that how you say that, Kelton? Kelton went to Missouri, smart.
Do you need a definition?
Algorithmic bias project of the collaboration forum in addressing unfair algorithmic bias. This is what you're paying for. So let me just tell you, if you're a state representative watching this and someone tells you, there's no DEI, Faughn's he's just drunk that day. Well, he could be drunk that day, but there's also DEI. We're going to put this link up. Kelton, it is a damn sad time. I don't know who's going to do what about this, but I'm going to tell you this. I've been straight lied to. Straight up lied to. Kelton, I think every single week until someone fixes it, it may just be something Mike Hugh has to fix. I don't know. But I believe Mike Parson took this state when it was on its knees. And Mike Parson led this state, mended its wounds, moved us forward, banned abortion, rebuilt I-70, cut taxes 5-6 times, cleaned up state government. I think he can look Mike Hugh in the eye when he hands the keys over that office and say, well, Governor, historians will debate our work, but I firmly believe I'm leaving it better than I found it, and I think he's right. I think he can say 16 departments are better off today than when I took them over, when Governor Greitens quit. I truly, Kelton, don't know if he can say this department's better off today than it was when I took it over. Same director that Greitens had. I don't know that you can honestly say that. And I think that's it. I believe Mike Parson will drain this problem. I believe you will see Rehagen gone. I believe rural Missourians will see help. I believe their superhero will not let them sit out and suffer under this sort of bullshit and lies, frankly, and lies. Now, Kelton, I'll tell you what. If Mike Parson knew about this, if Mike Parson said, yeah, go to Washington and do a DEI thing and all that, I will eat these Airhead, the pot ones. I'll probably eat the other ones just because I like candy, as you can tell by the look of my gut. I'll tell you this. If somebody can prove to me Mike Parson told her, now what we want you to focus on here is a bunch of DEI bullshit, I'll eat these on the air. Kelton, we'll do an hour-long show. The first thing I'll do, I'll eat these, whatever these illegal J. Ashcroft drugs are, I'll eat these on the air. How about that? If you could show me that Mike Parson told her, what we really want you to work on here is a bunch of DEI shit, then I'll eat the J. Ashcroft drugs right here on the air. How about that, Kelton?
I think that's a fair wager.
So, let's move on. Other things to talk about. Number one, I want to thank our sponsors. Look, we could not do the work of the state's foremost DEI detectives that help our sponsors. The Courtyard by Marriott, the greatest place to stay in all Jeff City, and the good folks up at United Fiber. Very grateful to them for the help and letting me and Kelton come here and read you testimony before Kelton, how amazing is it that, I bet she was shocked when she looked up and saw a Missourian on that panel.
I'm sure she wasn't happy about it.
Didn't stop her from going full Marxist. She went full on Stalin with that silly globalist bullshit. All right, so before we get into Kelton's illegal gambling racket, we're going to do the Chiefs and I got to unveil something. I have been so fortunate. For the people of this state are so generous. They've been so generous to me. I am so grateful for the fact that you all send me steins and signs, and we are embarrassed by the abundance of riches that you share with us. However, Representative David Castile gave me a stein that is so meaningful and touching to me. I'm going to unveil it now. Look at this. Kelton, this stein right here, it's a stein. A lot of times in Germany, they would design steins after cities, and you could see, you see the Reichstag there and the Brandenburg Gate. What a tremendous stein! But that's not what makes it the greatest stein I've ever received. Kelton, do you see the top here?
It looks like a rock.
It is not just any rock. This beer stein is made on top of it with a rock shipped from the Berlin Wall, complete with a certificate of authenticity. If you want to see what these Marxists do when you leave them unchecked, they take little pieces of wall like this and they build big ones. They build big ones. If you want to know why it's important to stamp this stuff out now, because the more it takes hold, the closer you get to getting separated by walls. You don't have to build walls to keep people in capitalist countries. You don't have to build walls to keep people inside meritocracies. You have to build walls to keep them inside socialist countries, to keep them inside countries that have quotas, to keep them inside people that don't reward merit and hard work. This is a extremely meaningful piece, and I am deeply appreciative to David Castile for giving me this. I promise you, Representative, I will cherish it. I will put it in a place where everyone can see it, and I will remind every single person that you gave me this terrific gift, and I'm very grateful. Kelton, isn't this awesome? I'm not even going to drink out of it. I don't even want to drink out of it. I don't want to risk messing anything up about this. Besides, you didn't need any Stein of Knowledge predictions. Actually, today I was actually reading congressional sworn testimony showing that everything I had said was spot on. So, really, this is just a thing that showed my predictions was totally and completely right. Right, Kelton? I mean, we don't.
A little Stein victory lap doesn't hurt.
Yeah, but this is a special one. This is the absolute most special Stein I've ever received. Thank you again. Thank you to everyone that's been so nice to send things. I treasure them. I love them. I'm appreciative. I'm so proud when people come to the office or to be on the show or something, and I can take them and show them the Steins that you all have been so generous to gift to me. This one just happens to be very special to me because of the top here, and I promise you I'll treasure it, and I am very grateful to you, Representative David Castile, for the gift. Kelton, is it time to fire up the theme song? This was sent to me this week. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Is this your favorite? Is this your favorite helmet? Because it's kind of mine.
I like it. I like the look of it.
What did you call this?
That's the classic.
The classic. It is classic. I mean, I love that little ticked off looking tiger. This is awesome. I promise you this will be, we're going to have to do a set remodel. We've just kind of been getting through the days when we've had a lot going on. So we're going to do a set remodel. But Kelton, is it time for your illegal gambling operation update of the week?
I even got a little logo for us. It's my totally
Kelton
legal
calls it his totally
book.
legal sports book, but I don't think it is. But I do like, pull that back up, Kelton. I love the sock hat. I love the beard. I mean, that is, and it's getting close to sock hat weather again, isn't it?
We're getting dangerously close to sock hat weather.
It got down to like the high of 70 for a couple days, and it spiked back to 90. It might be the first week of October, but we're going to get into sock hat territory. Kelton, tell me what the line is for your Fighting Mizzou Tigers.
I can even show you. Look at that. We got Mizzou at negative 21.5 versus Vanderbilt at home this Saturday.
What are you thinking?
I think they're going to destroy that line.
You do. Well, Kelton, you've thought that in the past. Could you remind me? The line was 16.5 last week. One of us predicted, Mizzou will cover that, no problem. One of us predicted that Mizzou would win, but not cover it. Kelton, can you remind me what the score was of said game?
They did not cover the spread.
They did not cover the spread, did they? Well, my. Let me pull my detective pipe back out. Kelton. So I guess what you're saying is you owe me money, and I was right.
This time.
So now, Kelton, it's 21.5?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pick Mizzou to win, but again, not to cover. Not to cover.
I think they're going to cover it and more.
Okay, let's see. Now, what about the Chiefs? Where are we at on the Chiefs? Put Truman up for the day.
I don't have them pulled up.
How are you going to run a sports book without knowing the Chiefs line, Kelton? I mean, damn.
Oh, let me pull it up then.
I've got you. I have to do everything around here. Chiefs Falcons. Chiefs negative 3.5 at the Falcons. What do you think?
Oh, I think the Chiefs got that one.
I'm with you. So I'm with you on that. I feel like we'll beat them by more than 3.5. So Kelton, let's revamp here. We're both taking the Chiefs giving the points. You're taking the Tigers giving the points. I'm not giving the points. The greatest Stein gift I've ever received, Berlin Wall. And I was told very directly that there's no DEI at the department. They're not saying what they're working on. She just let this conference introduce this one-legged gal, right? Is that right, Kelton?
I believe so.
As it turns out, there's sworn testimony before Congress that says that's bullshit. Kelton, I do think we probably reached the point in this where next week, let's talk about an organization called the NAIC. I wonder where you send sunshine requests to the NAIC. I mean, they're clearly a quasi-governmental entity. If you renew your producer license, they get a cut of that, right? I think my hillbilly white trash curiosity Mixed in. I've been wanting to go to Kansas City for a while now. I probably have something I can do over there, don't I? Where are the Chiefs playing next week? Maybe I'll just go over there on Friday. Maybe that's what I'll do. Well, let's see where the Chiefs are. Chiefs Falcons. They're on the road. They're on the road the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks. No, wait a minute. Monday night. Monday Night Football. The Saints in Arrowhead. I can't go that day. Monday Night Raw's that day. Damn. I'm going to Monday night. I'm taking Gussie.
Where's Monday Night Raw at?
Monday Night Raw's in St. Louis.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
Oh, it's going to be great. So a little Cody Rhodes. Whoa. Oh, Kelton, what do you think of this idea? I've been trying to pitch Gussie before we go here. I've been trying to pitch Gussie that what we should do is he should be Cody Rhodes for Halloween, right?
Okay.
I've got him the pants and the jacket and everything. He looks awesome. And I should be the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, baby. Oh, I put my polka dot tie on, put my cowboy boots on. Oh, you put hard times on the American Dream. You don't let me be the American Dream for Halloween, baby. What do you think?
I think you should do the voice, too, the entire time.
Well, yes. The reason I actually watch wrestling with Gussie now is so I can do my Dusty Rhodes voice the whole time. And we cheer for Cody. Just he does it as Gussie Faughn. I do it as the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. We should put a Twitter poll up and see. Gussie wants to be a character on Fortnite, which I don't even know what the hell that is. Some kind of Nintendo thing. But I'm like, why don't we be Cody and Dusty Rhodes, baby? I can put a birthmark on, right, on my side, like the American Dream had. Wouldn't that be dope?
I think that's a great idea.
I do too. All right, well, Kelton, number one, will you, just so nobody thinks we're fibbing, nobody thinks we're pulling a Department of Insurance on them, will you put this online for everyone?
It's next on my list.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have an awesome show for you Sunday. We got Jeremy Cady in. Nobody knows more about elected folks. I mean, Jeremy Cady, his folks do the actual work on the ground. Jack Cardetti, Rod Jetton, Jim Schulte, one of my favorite people. He just kind of looks like, like an attractive Santa Claus. You know what I mean? If Tom Selleck were Santa Claus, that's what it would look like Jim Schulte, right?
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
And he's so common sense. I just like that guy. He's going to be on the show. Tune in Sunday for This Week in Missouri.